Hello everyone. We are going to learn multivariable calculus. Already you are familiar with the single variable calculus. In the first year of the BSc course you studied the single variable calculus. Now just we are going to add variables, and that is nothing but multivariable calculus. In single variable calculus you studied the various concepts, that is limit, continuity, differentiability, mean value theorems, Taylor's theorem of the function of single variable. Now this year you are going to study same concept for the multivariable. So first of all we revise some concept of single variable and then we go to multivariable functions. So first of all, what is Cartesian product? Now R is a set of real number. R is a set of real number. So any x belongs to R is set of all x belongs to R are the members of this set R. Now what is R cross R? R cross R is set of all order pair xy such that x and y both are real numbers. Similarly, R cross R, it is nothing but order triplet, say xyz. So this set is nothing but collection of all order triplet xyz such that xyz are members of R. Now this R cross R we may denote by R2, and R cross R we may denote it by R3. So that is nothing but Cartesian product. So you are familiar with this concept. Now we are going to use this in multivariable calculus. That's why we introduce it. Again we go back to the function of single variable. So what is the function of single variable? So if f is a sum rule, okay, which takes values from A to B, okay, such that for each x belongs to A, if there exists unique y belongs to B satisfying y is equal to f of x, then this rule defined by f is called a function, okay, where A is called domain, B is called codomain. Okay. Now what exactly A contains? A contains those values for which f is well defined, and B is a codomain. Okay, it contains all images of f, as well as it may have additional elements. For example, suppose this, consider this is A, this is say set B, A and B are two sets. Okay, here are suppose 4 elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and suppose over here we have again 4 elements, say A, B, C and D. Okay, so now we have to find function. Okay, it should satisfy the condition that for every x belongs to A there should be matching. That is the first condition. And second condition, this matching should be unique. So what exactly it means? Single element in set A, okay, so should be connected to one and only one element of Y. Okay, this element say 1 belongs to A cannot connected to any two elements of set B. Now suppose over here 1 if I connect to A, then this 1 we can't connect to any other element. Okay, so 1 should get connected to only one element of set B. But here the element 2 we can connect it to A belongs to B. Okay, this can possible because Y should be unique. It is not condition for x. X should not be not necessarily unique. Now second condition is that first condition is that for each x belongs to A, there should be y. So this is the condition for each x belongs to A. Now for 3 belongs to A, there should be some matching. So suppose I connect this 3 to D, and for 4 there should be matching 4 to B. Okay. So first condition is satisfied. For each x belongs to A, there is a matching. Second condition, matching should be unique. For a single element in A, there should not be two y's. Yes, there are not two y. For 1 belongs to A, there is only one A belongs to B. For 2 also, single element A belongs to B. For 3, there is a single element D belongs to B. For 4, there is a single element B belongs to set B. And so on. So thus, it is example of function. Now what is range? Now this is domain. A is a domain. A is domain of F. I will write over here. Domain of A. F is equal to A. Now what is range? I may write here R of F. What is range for this function? It is set of all images. Okay. Image of 1 is A. So A should be there. Image of 2 is again A. Already A is written. Image of 3 is D. So D should be there. Image of 4 is B. So B should be there. So that is range of F. Now what is codomain? Codomain in short I may write like this one. Codomain of F, and it is nothing but this set B. That is all the elements in B. So I will write in short it is B. Okay. Now suppose instead of this way, suppose F is given by some formula. For example, over here, right? Suppose F is defined by, we have to find over here domain, okay, and range. Suppose f of x is given by the formula x square plus 1. What should be domain? Domain is all possible values of x for which f should be well defined. Okay. So now what are the possible values for x for which x is for which f is defined? So suppose x is 0, f will be equal to 1, okay, which is well defined value. Suppose x is equal to, suppose negative value say minus 1, then minus 1 square is 1 plus 1 is 2. For negative value, f can be defined. For positive value, suppose x is equal to 1, then also it is equal to 2. So for negative values of x, f is defined. For positive values of x, f is defined. For x is equal to 0 also it is well defined. Okay. So therefore, domain of f is all possible values of x. So that is nothing but all real values. So domain of f is R, and codomain, we are actually interested in range. Okay. Codomain you can choose anyone, but one condition that range of f should be subset of codomain. Okay. They may equal, or range of f that should be smaller than a subset of codomain. So therefore domain of f is R for this function. Now range of f, yes. Now if I put 0 over here, I will get 1. If I put negative values, again because of this square of x, it will get converted to positive plus 1. Okay. So positive, any positive number plus 1, okay, minimum positive number is 0. Okay. The smallest positive number we may say as 0 plus 1. So this will give, for this negative value also, this function value will be greater than and equal to 1, and for positive value obviously it is greater than and equal to 1. Okay. So therefore range of f contain all the values greater than and equal to 1. So that is equal to, we may write it is from start with 1 to infinity. Or in terms of set notation, we may write here it is in curly braces x belongs to, okay, R such that 1 is less than or equal to x is less than infinity. Also we may write it is nothing but x belongs to R such that x is greater than and equal to 1. So that is range. And codomain, how should be codomain? Codomain should be such that this range of f should be subset of codomain. So codomain you may choose equal to R of f, or codomain you may choose is equal to R. Obviously it is subset. Codomain R of f is subset of R. So you may choose like this. We'll take one more example. Suppose f of x is equal to 1 upon root x. We are interested first of all in finding domain. So what is domain? In this case, for which values of x, f is well defined. To find this one, we'll check first of all for x is equal to 0. Yes, denominator cannot be 0. So we can't define this function for x equal to 0. So first condition is that the square root of x, which is in the denominator, that should be greater than 0. Okay, that cannot be 0. Okay, first of all, so here f is defined. F is defined if, okay, this term should not be 0. First condition. If square root of x is not equal to 0. Okay, that is x is not equal to 0. Now, second condition. Can x be negative? If x is negative, so under square root you will get negative number. So you will get finally it is complex number. But we are studying functions of real numbers. Okay. So function value should be real when it is possible if x is positive. Okay. So when x is positive, what it means? And x is greater than 0. X cannot be 0 and x is greater than 0. So thus f is defined if x is greater than 0. So what is domain? So therefore domain of f is equal to collection of those x belongs to R such that x is greater than 0. We may write this one as set of positive real numbers. So that is R plus. We may denote by this notation too. Okay. So now what is range for this function? Okay. So put all positive values for x and try to find images. So we can't put here 0 obviously because x is greater than 0. Domain is consist of those x where x is greater than 0. Suppose x is equal to 1. So what happens? So therefore we will get positive number. So for any positive number, this number will be positive. So therefore, and it cannot be 0. So therefore range, I will write over here. So R of f is equal to again R plus. Okay, it cannot be 0 and positive number. So R plus. So that is R of f. Now, that is for the function of single variable. So, using this definition of function of single variable, can we define function of multivariable? So initially we start with function of two variable. So first of all we introduce what is the function of two variable and then we can move to multivariable function. That is function of 3 variable, 4 variable or in general n variable. So Now multivariable function. Now we may denote here function of multivariable as f of xy. Function of two variable as f of xy. Here x and y both are independent and they depend upon suppose some variable z. So z is dependent variable. Okay. Here z is in terms of x and y. So z depends upon x and y, but x and y are independent. Now how can we define this function of two variables? So first of all we should know f by basic definition of function. F is a rule from domain to codomain. Okay. Now how should be domain? Here are two independent variables. So domain should consist of order pair. Okay. Now so order pair, set of all possible order pair, that we know that R square, that is R cross R, is given by order set of all order pairs xy such that x and y belongs to R. So domain could be any subset of this R2. Okay. So I may define here D is equal to set of all order pairs xy such that xy belongs to R and it is subset of R. So that can be domain for function of two variable. But which value it will contain? This domain D will contain those values of f for which f is well defined. Okay. So now f is a rule from D to. Now what should be codomain now? Look at the function, how it is defined. Z is equal to f of xy. F is a rule. Okay. It is a formula in terms of x and y. Suppose, take a simple example. Suppose f of xy is equal to x plus y. So just we are adding two independent variable x and y. Result of two real numbers is again real. So result is a real number, single real number. Okay. So domain consists of order pair but codomain consists of real number. Okay. So therefore f is a rule from D to R where D is as defined earlier. Okay. Such that, how is the rule? For each instead of x, now we have in the domain we have order pair. So for each order pair xy belongs to D if there exists one and only one or single real number z belongs to R such that f of xy is equal to z. Just we are adding one more variable to the function name. Okay, initially for our function of single variable, f depends upon a single variable x. Okay, x was the independent variable and that was a single variable. Okay, and over here we have just two variables, nothing is there. So that is the function of two variables. Now, we are interested in finding again domain and codomain and range for a function of two variable. So we'll take simple example and try to find domain and range for function of two variable. Now consider the example. So find domain and range for following functions. First example, we take f of xy is equal to x square plus y square. What should be domain? For which f should be well defined. Okay, f should be properly defined. Now, if x is any real number, x is any real number and y is any real number, this x square plus y square can be defined. So for any real x and y, this function is well defined. So therefore domain will be equal to domain D is same as R2. Okay. So here domain of f is equal to R2. Okay. We may choose here negative x, positive y, positive x, negative y, both 0 for each and every value of this order pair. F is well defined. So therefore domain of f is equal to R2. Now next thing is that what is range? R of f. Yes. Now for x is negative, okay, and y is negative, this x square plus y square squares are positive. Sum of the positive number is positive. So this is positive. For both positive, again it is positive. For both 0, it is equal to 0. One positive, another negative, again it is positive. So therefore, range of f will contain only positive number including 0. Okay. So therefore, we may define it as set of all real numbers. Okay. Instead of x, I use the notation z. Because z is equal to f of xy is a standard notation to define function of two variables. So z belongs to R such that, yes, such that z is greater than and equal to 0. You may choose x also. Okay, variable can be anyone. Or another way to write this one, it is nothing but R plus union and add singleton element 0, because R plus contain only positive real number. Add this 0, okay, so you will get the set R plus union 0. So that is range of f. Now one more example. Suppose f of xy is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Yes. What will be domain and range? Now domain of f. Now see, if I put positive number, both positive, I'll get positive number. If I put both equal to 0, I'll get 0. Okay. Square root of 0 is 0. If I put both negative, then though they are negative, squares are positive and sum of the positive is again positive. So I'll get the answer if it's well defined for both negative. One negative, one positive, again well defined. So for all x and y, I can define here f as square root of x square plus y square. So therefore again domain of f is equal to R2. Okay. Now what will be the range for this function R of f? So R of f is equal to, now for both 0, it is equal to 0. So it will include 0. 0 is the image. Now x positive, y positive, I'll get positive numbers. X negative, y negative, I'll get again positive. Okay. So range of f is nothing but set of all positive number but including 0. So again R plus union 0. Okay. Now third example. Suppose instead of this square root of x square plus y square, suppose if I choose f of xy is equal to square root of x plus y. Now what will happen? Now domain of f is equal to, what will be the domain? Now both x and y are positive. Square root of sum of positive number is again positive. Now when x and y both are equal to 0, I'll get answer as 0. F is well defined again for both 0. Now if both are, or one of the x and y is negative, what happens? If both are negative, under square root we have negative. So again it will give us complex number, and we are studying over here function of real variables. Oh, so real valued function. So therefore here x and y should not be negative. Okay. Or if they are negative, if one of the x and y is negative, then how should be there? The sum should be positive. Okay. So under square root x plus y should be positive. So domain of f will contain those values. Okay. Those values of x and y such that x plus y is greater than or equal to 0. So I'll write it will contain those order pair belongs to R2 such that x plus y is greater than and equal to 0. That's all. That is the domain. Okay. Now, range of f. What will be the range of f? So, if I put these values over here, what will be the result? Okay. If I put over here, sum is positive. So, if I put under square root positive number, again, as it is positive square root, obviously we will get answer as positive real number, including 0 also, when x and y both are equal to 0. Okay. So, therefore, I may write it is as R plus union 0 again. Now, we take one more example. With function contain quotient. Suppose if I choose x by y. Yes. Now, when this function is defined, if y is not equal to 0. Okay, so I'll mention over here, f is defined if y is not equal to 0. That is the basic condition. Okay, for other values, for all other values, obviously f is defined. So for all x, f is defined, but only for non-zero y values, f is defined. Okay, so how can we define here domain of f? Domain of f will contain those order pair in R2 for which y is not equal to 0. No condition for x. X is any real number. You may write here. X belongs to R. Now, we'll choose one more example. Having product in the quotient denominator. So, next example, this is 4 and 5, f of xy is equal to 1 upon xy. Yes. When f is defined, again f is defined if we know that denominator should not be 0. So, if xy is not equal to 0. So, you may write in short, domain of f is equal to set of all order pairs in R2 such that, yes, xy is not equal to 0. What exactly it means? The product xy is not equal to 0. So, product xy is non-zero if x is non-zero and y is non-zero. So, x and y both should be non-zero. Okay. So, therefore, if I have to draw this domain, okay, so this is the suppose xy plane. Okay, what will be domain? Domain will contain all the points where x is not equal to 0 and y is not equal to 0. X is not equal to 0 means y axis, x is equal to 0 means y axis, and y equal to 0 means x axis. So therefore, this domain of f will not contain the points of x axis and y axis. So it will contain all the points, okay, in the plane except the points on the x axis as well as y axis. So that's about the domain. What will be range for this function? We'll drop this one. Yes, R of f. So range of the function for if x and y are non-zero, then 1 upon any positive, negative, whatever may be number. Okay, but it is a non-zero number. So obviously we will get all positive real number as well as negative real number. Okay, can we get 0 over here? No, exactly 0. It is not possible. Okay, because here numerator is non-zero. So 0, we can't obtain 0. So we get all positive real number, negative real number except 0. So therefore I may write here R of f as those real numbers where x is not equal to 0. How can we define? In terms of interval, so it will contain minus infinity to 0 union. It will also contain the elements from the interval 0 to infinity. Okay. So that is about the range and domain of function of several variables. Next thing. So far we discussed the examples of function of two variables. In the same way we may solve for function of three variables. What is difference between function of one variable, two variable, three variable and n number of variable? Where is the exact difference? F is a rule from A to B. Okay. For function of single variable b, okay, I am here will choose b is equal to suppose r. For function of single variable, we get a real number, any real number as a range value. Okay. For function of two variable, just we have seen, again we get range value as some real number. What will be for function of three variables? How can we define? So function of three variables, say x, y, z, here x, y, z, three independent variable, and w that depends upon this x, y, z. So w is dependent variable. X, y, z are independent variable. Now this w is a real number because again we choose a simple example. Suppose f of x, y, z is equal to x plus y plus z. So what will be sum of real numbers? Is a real number. So therefore w is a real number. So again over here range of f, codomain. I should say codomain, not range. So range of f is can be r. Over here, that is for function of three variable, range of f is equal to r. Function of two variable, not range, I should say codomain. So for function of two variable also, codomain of f can be r. For function of single variable, codomain of f should be r. So I'll write here first of all function of single variable. Okay. Now it will take x from as any real number. Suppose somewhere here x, this is a real line. Okay. And under the mapping f, okay, we get image as again real number. So this is a real line, okay, containing images. So this is f of x, image of x under f of x, and f of x is y. So some y over here. So domain is real line, okay, codomain is real line, okay, or you may say domain is any subset of real line, codomain is real line. Now consider function of two variable x and y. So let z is equal to f of x, y. Now what will be the domain? Domain will contain order pair. So instead of real line, we should denote it by, yes, set of all order pairs x, y in the plane. Okay. So domain is any subset of R2. Okay. So choose any point, suppose xy, in this xy plane. Under mapping F, image of f of xy, image of xy under F, that will be again real number. Suppose z, so f of xy is equal to z, it's over here. Okay. So over here domain is subset of R2 and codomain is R. Here domain is subset of R and codomain is R. In case of function of three variables. Okay. Choose any point xyz. Obviously we can choose any point xyz in from the space. So suppose somewhere here x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, somewhere here is the point x, y, z. Not necessary on the plane of the blackboard, it is in the space. So under the mapping F, again, yes, what is the image? Over here should be W. What is the image of xyz under mapping F? It is say W. So somewhere here we have W. So again for this one, domain is subset of R3 space, R3 and codomain is R. Okay. So for function of n variable, domain will be subset of Rn and codomain is again R. That's all. That is geometrically how are the domain and codomain for function of multivariables.